Make sure you have your bolsters, 2-block strap. If you'd like to grab a blanket, you can absolutely do that. Before we start to segue, find a comfortable seat wherever you are. We're going to balance right and left brain hemispheres. Right hand under left armpit, left hand under right, crisscross at the wrist. Padadhirasana. And as you close your eyes, let your tongue drop to the bottom half of your mouth. And start to see in your mind's eye and feel underneath your hands the breath moving in your ribs. Can you start to feel which side is more open, more expansive, more dominant? Every 88 minutes, our nervous system automatically shifts which brain hemisphere is more active. And the breath gives us an awareness of which brain hemisphere is dominant for almost an hour and a half at a time. You might start to feel one side a little bit more open. It's very subtle. Once you start to discern which side is more open, more expansive, take the hand that's on top. You can peek up at me if you need. Plug it underneath the same armpit and just crisscross at the bottom. When we pressurize the intercostal muscles in this posture, we help to basically press a little button. Not that there's a button in the body, but it feels like it. There's a little shift between the 4th and 5th ribs. It helps to release the mucous membrane in the opposite side. And just by shifting the crossing of one hand, you might begin to feel the breath equally balancing both lungs, both sides of your ribs. When you start to feel that happen, it means that both brain hemispheres are firing up and balanced. Once you feel both sides of your ribs equally expansive, balanced, keep the eyes closed and float the tops of the hands, back of the hands to the tops of your knees, index fingers and thumbs to touch. You might bring one hand right over the top of your crown, just giving yourself a little Shaktipat here. You might raise or lower that hand. You can start to feel, without touching your head, without touching your hair, without touching anything, you might feel some heat, some radiance. That's the connection of the electromagnetic field of intelligence, Svaha, which moves down the spine on the inhalation. Float your hand back down, and on your exhalation, visualize in your mind's eye this heat, this radiance, charging into every cell of your body. Hum. It's like we plug in our electronics to charge. Let yourself now plug in to your consciousness. Inhale, feel that light, radiance, magnetism, moving from the top of the crown down the spine to right in front of the sacrum. Hum. On the exhalation, let it charge and distribute to every cell of your body, feeling your joints spacious. Keep the eyes closed and stretch the arms wide, lift the heart. Inhale, broaden across the chest. Svaha. Exhale, interlace your fingers round your spine. Hum. Feeling it charge, joints become spacious. Move like this a few times on your own. Don't have to match my breath call. Sa, the sound of pure light, pure radiance, pure intelligence. Hum, distribution of that intelligence. Feel your joints become spacious. We all breathe at different tempos. So without feeling like you need to look like or breathe like or move in unison with anybody else, you need to stay a little bit longer, flushing out the exhalation. Next time you round forward, reach the arms up, no rush at all. Palms reach high, tailbone roots down. Take a moment here and feel that connection, that gateway running from top of crown down your spine, Brahmanadi line. Take a twist over to the right side, right hand behind you, left hand to the outside. Grow the spine long here on the inhalation. On the exhalation, wrap your ribs around the axis of your spine. Feel your joints spacious here. Sa, opening up to beyond what we can see, touch, taste, think. Hum, just letting that greater intelligence merge with every cell. Let your biceps reach up, interlace your fingers the opposite way, no rush. Practice moving slowly. And this time, let your palms reach high, tailbone reaches down. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Feel the side ribs expand. Twist it over to the left side. Left hand behind you, right hand to the top of your thigh. Grow the spine long on the inhalation. Exhale, wrap the ribs around the axis of your spine. And notice if you're over efforting here. If you're losing your breath or losing your connection to pure consciousness, see if you can visualize that line like a silver thread tethering you. Draw the biceps long by your ears as you come back to center. Take a small twist here, coming back, and draw the hands down the midline of the body. Pause when your thumbs reach your heart center. We all have something that we are moving away from, right? We cannot pour into our cup if it's overfilled. So if there's something that you're working to release, this is a time 3 days before, during, and then 3 days after. It's a time to call to mind anything that you're ready to release. Maybe it's a limiting belief. Maybe it's that you don't have any options. Maybe it's guilt of taking time for yourself. Maybe it's doing nothing. Maybe there's some old clothes that are in your closet that you haven't worn in 20 years. Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong. So I invite you now to leave a little space between your hands and offer up some gratitude. Even if you don't know what you're releasing, offering up some gratitude that you opened your eyes today, that you're here today, that you are supported, and that you have life breathing inside of you. And with that gratitude, I offer it to you to open your heart into trust, trusting that the wisdom of this practice, the wisdom of your soul's knowledge will guide you to release what no longer serves you. So let's chant the sound Om. You can join me or simply receive. Let's take a deep breath to inhale. Seal the palms, chin to chest. Float the backs of the hands to the top of the knees. When you're ready, we're going to come up onto hands and knees. I'm going to move a little differently today. I'm going to start to prep the body. So spreading the hands as wide as you can, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, broaden across the chest and collarbone. Moving into cat-cow. Exhale, top of the toes, press into the mat. Hum. Breathing in, feeling that light, radiance, magnetism. Breathing out, feeling that light charge into every cell of your body. Take this a few more times on your own. Feel free to close your eyes. Feel free to open your mouth if that feels better. And I'm going to invite you, it's just an option, to move from cow pose rather, into child's pose. So on your inhalation, rounding through the spine, opening up and broadening through the chest. Cow pose on your exhalation. If it feels good, press back to child's pose, come up to the fingertips. Taking this a few more times, finding that place where the breath and the movement become a vinyasa. Vinyasa literally means to yoke breath with movement. See if you can let your breath be the symphony, the conductor rather. Let your movement be the response. The practice of yoga is highly individualized, and at the same time, it is very much community driven. No one owns yoga. There's no right or wrong. And everyone's unique anatomy and unique recipe may call for something different. So if the child's pose doesn't feel good for you, or if none of this feels good for you, you have complete agency to do what feels right for you in this moment. We'll start to add on here. We're going to take this from cow pose, broadening across chest and collarbone, into down dog, lifting the knees and letting the belly button draw back to the spine. Inhale, broaden across chest and collarbone. Extend the breath here. Exhale back into downward facing dog. And it's just an option. I'll let you move like this a few times on your own. You might be hearing a whispery-like sound that I'm making right now. That's the ujjayi breath. And that's an inhalation and exhalation through the nostrils. So my mouth is closed. And what this helps to do, ujjayi breath, is helps to stimulate the heat within the body. Any excess heat is needed for transformation and metabolization. Metabolization not just of our food or solids that we break down, but of our emotions, our thoughts. Yogis believe that we have at least 67,000 thoughts a day. That's quite a lot of thoughts. The next time you come into downward facing dog, if you're there or if you're not, go ahead and take downward facing dog as you're ready and start to pedal your heels out. Just take a moment here, draw the knees into the chest, leave your chest where it is, and then as best as you can, lengthen your tailbone, wrapping the outer upper arms by your ears. Inhale, navel draws in, bend your knees. Exhale, tailbone reaches up. Take this a few more times on your own. Look up at the space between your hands. And from here, I want you to draw your feet slowly. You can take a slow stroll or walk. Walk your feet up to your hands. Keep a generous bend on your knees here. If your hands don't quite reach the ground, you're going to bend your knees as generously as possible. And then using your strap, hopefully it's close by. Two options here. You can hold your strap
if your hands don't quite reach. Or you can interlace your fingers, but make sure your palms touch together. We'll draw the shoulder blades in, roll them in towards one another. Work the shoulder blades in. And go ahead and nod your head yes. Palms together or using a strap. And then remember that the first act of kindness, ahimsa, is to do no harm, right? So if you have shoulder injuries, elbow injuries, use the strap with nothing to prove here. Go ahead and switch the crossing of the hands if you're not using the strap by moving one finger over. You might nod the head yes, shake the head side to side, keeping that generous bend. You might open the mouth. Let's trill the lips. Release your hands, release the strap. We're going to stay here, friends. We're going to step onto the hands. So walk your big toes. Walk your fingers underneath. So the palms are facing up to the soles of the feet. Toe mounds, big toes, walk all the way up to the wrists. Step onto your hands, Padadhirasana. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. Bend the elbows. Now, in practice, usually we talk about the bandhas, which are locks, energetic locks of the body. We usually talk about Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, that's in the middle region, your stomach region, abdomen draws in and up, and then Jalandhara Bandha, which is the neck. But you have two additional locks, bandhas, and they're in the hands and feet. Go ahead now and shift your palms down to the earth. So you're going to step to the backs of the hands and then walk your feet, the soles of the feet, on top of the backs of the hands. And these locks on the feet and the hands also serve as energetic portals, right? There's a reason why in reflexology, the feet are the windows to every organ in the body. And the hands are 33% of the prefrontal cortex, which is why mudras are so powerful. Release your hands and slowly walk your hands up the fronts of your thighs. We're not going to take a full Surya today. Our practice is going to be slightly different based on the information that was shared, but I do want you to stand in your integrity right now. I want you to stand in samastiti. Palms face forward, broaden across the chest and collarbone, taking up space in your own body. Beautiful. And then sweep the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva-hastasana, upward worship. Exhale, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold it forward. We're going to take 5 Surya breaths here just to energize. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Exhale, folding straight back down. I'm not going to cue you for this. I want you to feel the breath. So much of what's happening right now in the world. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, generous bend. Follow the breath. Standing forward fold. Continue like this a few more times, but I really want you to stretch the breath and feel your practice. So much of what is being practiced right now is exercise. It's yoga exercise. And I want you to feel, the only way to heal is to feel your way into your practice. It's not a business, it's not branding, it's a healing modality, it's medicine. Right? So slowing that breath down, the sun energizes. The sun is the healer. In fact, there's a debate happening where ancient yogis, which knew the power of the sun, most people nowadays think that, oh, the sun gives me cancer, skin cancer, melanoma, blah, 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 I have this, I have that. And it's actually the chemicals that we put, our sunscreen, our drinking water, whatever it is that we are eating, those contaminants are actually what is causing the misalignment and the dis-ease within our body. The yogis believe that the sun
that sun, that Surya fire. Helps heal cancer, Alzheimer's, helps align and process the emotions, the things that we do not see, so that we are at ease and not in dis-ease. The next time you roll up, come back to Samastiti. Pause here for a moment. We're going to take chair pose today. I'm going to show you a different variation of chair pose. Again, this is all preparatory for where we're going with today's practice. I want you to sit back into your chair, but instead of taking your hands forward, you're going to cross your hands like this, and you're going to peel the inner thighs back. So you're not bending down and sticking your butt out. The heart is still lifted. You are in Utkatasana. And what you're doing is working the fascia. Fascia is kind of like the white segments that cover citrus fruit, and they cover our ligaments, our tissues. I want you to roll that back. So the inner thighs are rolling back, and feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. Do that one more time. You're really moving your muscles here. You're moving the ligaments, so that way you have a good aligned Utkatasana. Then when you feel like you've moved it back, then take your variation of chair pose, either hand shoulder height, arms by the ears if that feels good for you. That does not feel good for my back. Or you can bring the hands into prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. And then feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. So Mula Bandha is now engaged. All 10 toes press down. Take one more smooth breath here. And with almost as if you're pulling away, like taffy, push down, rise up, find your Tadasana. Samastiti. We'll take that one more time, rolling the thighs back. It helps to ground us, and it helps to really align your body to prepare. So find your Utkatasana, reach back, cross your hands, move the fascia back. Keep moving it back. This technique also helps us to find Mula Bandha. I have a colleague of mine who is a senior to me. She's in her 60s, and she said she's been practicing her whole life. Actually, she's been practicing my whole life, to be honest. And she said she's never found Mula Bandha until I taught her this. So I hope this also works for you. So we're going to take this one more time. Feel that subtle lift of your pelvic floor, your variation of chair pose. Now, when we find that, you should be able to feel your chair pose a little bit more harmoniously without feeling like, oh my God, I'm fighting. One more smooth breath here. Exhale, Tadasana. Beautiful. One more technique we're going to take today before we start to bring it down and go into our grounding practice. You're going to spread your feet a little bit wider. Before I go on, did you feel that difference at all? Rolling your fascia back? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
In your chair pose?
Yeah,
I did. Good. You should have felt a little bit stronger rather than like how we usually go into chair pose, which tends to tuck the pelvis. This one, what we're going to do, this is a breath technique to help, again, regulate the flame of digestion. So I'm going to show you what this looks like first. I'm going to take a smooth breath to inhale. I'm going to exhale all the air out. I'm doing a mock inhalation, so my abdomen is going to draw all the way in. I'm completely empty. I'm exhaled. So what we're going to do, and what that technique was, is you're going to take a smooth breath to inhale. The feet are wide. You're going to exhale all of that breath out as you round forward. So you're empty. Then you're going to take a mock inhalation. That draws navel into spine. Uddiyana Bandha draws in and up, but it's on an exhalation. You're completely empty. When you feel like you can't hold it anymore, and again, this is a very, very powerful technique. It really helps to rev up the Uddiyana. Then you stand up and you allow yourself to take another breath. Okay, I'll check back in after the first round. Sometimes you might feel a little lightheaded, which is why we go to the ground afterwards. Let's try that all together. Feet are going to go wide. Take a smooth breath to inhale. Exhale all the air out as you fold forward. Mock inhalation, so you're empty, you're not inhaling. Just the belly is mocking it. Feeling that subtle lift of your pelvic floor, navel's drawing in and up. Release the lock, find your breath. Take a moment. Everybody okay? Take that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Abdomen draws in and up. Mock inhalation. Diaphragm moves up, pelvic floor lifts. Release the lock. Find the front of your mat and plug in. Now stand in your power one more time. Notice any subtle shifts you feel. Stretch the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva-hastasana. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, Urdhva Uttanasana. One twist, we're going to step back on the left leg. Lower your left knee down. Untuck the back toes, biceps long by the ears. One twist. Left arm forward, right hand behind you. Biceps long by the ears, inhale. Exhale, left leg steps forward, hands to blocks. Lift that left knee, step it forward, lengthen flat back. Exhale, fold it forward. Sweep the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva-hastasana. Exhale, straight back down. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right leg steps back. Anjaneyasana, kneeling lunge. Right knee lowers down, untuck. Biceps long. Inhale, feel a subtle lift of the pelvic floor. Exhale, twist it. Right arm forward, left hand behind. Biceps long, inhale. Exhale, hands to blocks. Right leg steps forward, lift that back knee. Lengthen, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, sweep it around and up. Exhale, standing forward fold, take your time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, slowly step back to your plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, with or without your knees. Belly all the way down. Two-part cobra. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift heart, lift hands. If it's too much, you can always bring it back down. Exhale, release. Slide your hands off of your mat. Lift your heart. Option for cobra, or stay with one of the baby cobras. Keep peeling the skin from your belly all the way up your heart. Exhale, release. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press back to child's pose. Navel into spine. Inhale. Come through all fours. Exhale, child's pose. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take a moment here. Let your head align over your heart, heart over hips. And we'll start to set up for our first twist. Our second twist, I should say. First seated twist. So we're going to take one block, place it on the second highest level, about a third of the way down. Place your bolster or two bed pillows elongated. And we're going to take our right hip flush against the bolster. Now here's where, if you'd like a blanket to cover you, I would highly recommend taking a blanket if you'd like, and placing it over you. If you feel fine, you can absolutely take it without. Just always like to demo it just in case. This is not about retaining heat, it's about stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. So I'll show you without it first. Right hip flushes against. Hip and knee aligned. Biceps are long by the ears. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Reach it up. Exhale, take the twist. And slowly think about a corkscrew, right? So you're corkscrewing the left side of your rib cage. Inhale, lengthen, corkscrew to the right. Exhale. Lengthen, twist, lengthen, twist, lengthen, twist. If it feels comfortable for your cheek, you can place one cheek to the side. And depending on your practice, you might need to either lower or remove the block. And then once you feel situated, I'll show what this looks like. You would cover yourself before you got all the way down. I wanted you to see my feet. If you happen to have an eye pillow near you or something to cover your eyes, you can absolutely take that option. And based on today's feedback with what we shared earlier, I'm going to start to evoke some sound with these postures. So just letting yourself just receive. We are vibration. We are frequency. And as we twist and allow whatever needs to be metabolized out of our system, we start to release in a downward motion, Apanavayu. What no longer needs to be within us, so it can be returned to the earth. So stimulating Mula Bandha, Muladhara chakra. It's allowing yourself to rebalance and feel stable as you release what no longer serves in this moment, beyond time and beyond space.
Slowly draw your forehead to your bolster, if it's not already there. And slowly start to roll up one vertebrae at a time, letting your head arrive last. Take swan pose, bringing the left hand out to the side. Reach that right arm up and away from the bolster, away from the pillows. And slowly come up. You'll start to swivel onto your sits bones. And then pause here for a moment. We'll take all 10 toes on the ground. We'll take a seated cat-cow here. So inhale, broaden across the chest and collarbone. Just feeling that connection to Svaha on the inhalation. Hum as you round forward, giving yourself a little traction in the low back. Take that 1 or 2 more times. I'll let you decide. Just like an iguana, if you've ever seen an iguana bask in the sun, when they come out, you can almost emulate that feeling with your cow pose. Inhale, receiving that recharge, that healing energy, the light. Exhale, rounding and letting it merge into your physical body. Come back to center. And slowly, you're already set up, so you'll just roll over to the left hip. I'm just going to switch my bolster so my back isn't facing you. And if you'd like to set yourself up with your blanket, you can do that as well. So covering yourself up. Left thigh bone and knee flush against your bolster or pillows. And then same thing here. We'll lift the arms up, stretch, reach the fingertips up, enliven. Twist it out. Let your hands straddle, and then like a corkscrew, lengthen, and then rotate that right side of the rib cage. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to wrap. And then take your time as you make your way down. Twists and binds are highly detoxifying, not just energetically, but also physically. They help to purge whatever is in one side of the organ. So when we twist to one side, the opposite side gets free. And the organs themselves get a chance to come back and take up space rather than being mushed together or on top of each other. They get a little bit more breathing room to receive more oxygen, receive more light. Once again, if it feels comfortable for you, one cheek to one side. And then listening to the wisdom and the feedback of your body, you decide what feels right for the height of the block. Just stimulating the pleasure center.
our ability to be creative and express our likes and our dislikes. What brings us joy, what brings us to a place of sensuality and fluidity. First two chakras are part of the knot, the first knot, granti. When it gets too coiled up, we forget our essence, our fullness, our abundance, our infinite creativity. We don't have to be locked into the quagmires of our ego or guilt or shame or emotions. So letting yourself now twist any of the karmic residue, anything from the summer that you've absorbed or received consciously or subconsciously. Just letting yourself rebalance.
If your cheek is to one side, place your forehead on your bolster and slowly start to roll yourself up by moving your hands back. Let your head arrive last. Take your right arm out to the side, left arm long by the ear, and take a twist away from your bolster or pillows. Slowly come back. Let your sits bones come against your bolster. And take cat-cow 2 more times. That helps you to have that visual of the iguana basking in the sun, broadening across the chest on the inhalation, exhale, rounding into the spine on the exhalation. We'll draw the soles of the feet together. And if you happen to have either 2 additional pillows or additional blocks, it always helps to prop the knees up. So you'll leave your bolster as this is with 1 block underneath it. And we'll take a reclined Supta Baddha Konasana. Here's where the blanket is definitely going to come in handy. So the soles of the feet will be together. You'll use another block or pillows underneath your knees, could be small pillows. And then you'll take your blanket, open it up, cover yourself as you lay back. Now, before you get too comfortable, we have 1 twist for the upper body, and this is going to be for the heart chakra. So we'll take the arms out
We'll take the left arm underneath the right. Few things here. You can hold on to the shoulder blades, lift the elbows up, slide the shoulders down, or you can move the backs of the hands, Garudasana arms, eagle arms, or palm to palm. If you are taking palm to palm, I'll come up and I'll show you what this looks like. You're going to take Jnana Mudra. And again, it's just what feels comfortable for you. You'll take Jnana Mudra if you are holding, and that's where the index finger and the thumb touch. If you have your eye pillow or something to cover, allow yourself to cover. And then we'll switch the crossing of the hands. Again, just staying very intimate, no need to rush. Right elbow is going to move underneath, holding on to the shoulder blades. Draw the elbows up, slide the shoulders down. Backs of the hands work towards each other or palms. Arms are extensions, excuse me, of the heart. And sometimes when we are overgiving, our shoulders, our neck, our accessory breathing muscles, which are in the neck, the scalenes, can tighten. And sometimes when we overgive, we can feel depleted with ourselves. You know, heart is rajasic rather than sattvic. Rajasic meaning is over giving, over pronounced, over open, overtly open. It's not about being closed and tamasic, because then we're not living from a space of sattva, balance, love, and gratitude, but it's again finding that space of balance. Release the hands down. Take a moment here. You can float your hands either alongside you if that feels good, or you can place them palms facing on your belly and heart. And decide what feels right for you in this moment. Each bowl corresponds to a specific frequency. Each frequency corresponds to a particular vortex of energy. As we balance the heart, the center, the gateway of what is seen and unseen, the balance of Shiva, consciousness, Shakti, materiality, doing and being, solar and lunar, action and rest. When we balance this vortex, we have compassion for ourselves, empathy for ourselves, love, unconditional love for ourselves. And when we're balanced and filled with that, then we can easily give it without feeling depleted, without feeling like we're owed, without feeling like we are in dis-ease or unbalance. Let yourself now receive the lunar energy, the feminine energy, going into a space of darkness so that the bright light within you can shine. Slowly start to rub your thumbs over each fingertip. Bringing your consciousness back into your body, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth and slide it behind the upper teeth. Stretch the arms up overhead. And use your hands to gently draw your knees in towards one another. In your own time and in your own way, slowly start to make your way over to one side and start to rise to a comfortable seat, letting your head arrive last. And we bring the palms to the heart center and we bow our heads. And we offer up in this practice the mantra 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝘁𝘀𝘁 Parasamgaté Bodhi Svaha. It's a blessing and a mantra for those who have transitioned, all souls who have transitioned. And we bow down to the heart center. That reminds us that in order to give, we must receive. And with the sun, there's also the moon. And in the darkness, there is always light of the stars. So we bow down to the balance that this mudra, this Anjali mudra, prayer pose, the union of duality, right against left, up against down, seen and unseen, calls us into sattva, into balance. Bowing down to the love, the light, and the wisdom that is always balanced within you. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat. Namaste. Surya Mudra. Right hand makes a fist, cover it with the left, press it below the navel, lean forward and feel that subtle lift of your pelvic floor. And come straight back up.